Hey guys, Mus1cMan here, back with another Identity 5 video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys some of my viewers gameplay that I'm going to be reviewing, and this is going to be some Survivor gameplay. So let's take a look. Hey guys, so now we're going to be looking at some Lakeside gameplay featuring a Mus1cMan, looks like. You got Mus1cMan, Cowboy Forward. Okay, that is definitely a harassment group, so you're definitely going to need to have communication on this type of team to know who's going to harass and who's going to decode here. Ideally, the Mus1cMan is going to decode as much as she can and avoid being caught by the hunter. In the beginning here, I would recommend that the Mus1cMan kind of hide here. It looks like we're lagging out a bit, but the Mus1cMan should just kind of choose the beginning of the match. Let the Mus1cMan get his first teleport out of the way and hide. The two cowboys in the forward can go ahead and decode though. So it looks like the Mus1cMan is going on to Big Boat. I don't really recommend chasing here as a hunter. Against a team comp like this, I would also not recommend playing Mus1cMan. I would recommend more of a character like Bloody Queen or Violinist. That way you can have an attack that is able to reach a little farther, and like you're able to reach with your ability, so that you're able to get sort of the cowboy or the forward from a distance when they try to inevitably harass in a team comp like this. So now you're leading it back to Big Boat, as you should. Now here I would recommend not vaulting that. You see you did vault that there, but you will get a little bit of reaction time. If you see that he collects his umbrella back, you'll have a chance to see whether he's gonna actually switch or not. And that was a good pallet stun there. You only had one pallet there, but you definitely made it work for you. You must have had extra stun on, because that was a very long pallet stun. Bought your team a whole lot of time. Alright. So you got both the forward and the cowboy here, and at this point I'm just sort of wondering who's supposed to be decoding at this point. I mean, you got the Mus1cMan there, but I would recommend that the other cowboy go and decode and let the forward harass here for a bit. But it looks like you're all just kind of here for the moment. And you're all just sort of staying here, which I personally don't think is a great strategy, because you should try to cypher rush as much as you can. Oh wow, okay, you got both the stun and the lasso going on there. So now the forward's down. Well, one of those lassos went through. Okay, so these are some pretty good examples of some lassos here for you. However, I would still recommend that one of you should go decode. You with a good cowboy and like a good forward, or like two good cowboys or stuff, they'll be able to correct each other's mistakes. You don't need three harassers harassing the hunter, even though you do have a Mus1cMan, and that does buy you a little leeway because she decodes so fast. I would still recommend that one of the survivors go and continue the cypher rush. And that was a good stun by the Mus1cMan. Good umbrella teleport. This Mus1cMan's doing most things right, except that he's when you're facing a harassment team like this, you can't try to keep picking up survivors, because they're just gonna keep stunning you or lassoing off of you, just like that. I mean, you can't put them down in the chair, and unless you're gonna get harassed until the items run out. I mean, you're all doing everything right here, except you should have another player going for the decoding. But that's really my only recommendation. I mean, you're doing beautiful lassos, beautiful stuns. Most of everything what you're doing is absolutely amazing here. I just recommend just thinking overall game that it might be a smarter move to have 2 people decoding while you only send 1 person to harass there. Oh, and you got last effort there. Last effort lasts 20 seconds, so that'll buy you a good chunk of time. And the Mind's Eye is making her way to the best cipher in the game. It's really tough as a hunter to disrupt that cipher because Mus1cMan can't teleport up there. The only thing that you can do to really get up there is use like a broken mirror spawn with Bloody Queen, but that's really about it. Okay, that Mus1cMan should not have picked him up. He should have switched his umbrella and tried to chase the cowboy here. And Cypher's almost prime, so it looks like you're gonna you got a good shot at getting a 4-man here at this point, because even if he does get an attack, you're just gonna end up popping that Cypher there. And all the other players are injured. Okay, yep, you just went ahead and popped that Cypher. You got communication, you're just like, hey, he's not chasing anybody, you're all good. So if I was this Mind's Eye, I would try to stall and spend as much time on Big Boat as possible. Big Boat is the easiest area to kite. I mean, kiting as a Mind's Eye is really tough in this game as is. So you just need to take advantage of that. Big Boat is the ideal area for you to kite in. Yeah, I would not recommend harassing a hunter with detention there. So now the Mind's Eye is going to a chair. Oh wow, that was a good lasso there. Right before we reached the chair. Oh, and you carry the Mind's Eye out of there. Nice job, nice job. Oh, and that was a beautiful lasso over the hunter. And you end up getting the escape. The hunter surrenders. Wow. That was a really good job there. So now we're going to take a look at match number 2. This one's going to be featuring a feaster. Again, just like the last match, I wouldn't recommend playing this hunter against a double cowboy team just because feaster is relatively weak against cowboy. I would recommend going up using Bloody Queen or Violinist when there are teams with cowboys. However, this hunter chose to play feaster, so we're gonna take a look. Okay. Wow, that was a really good lasso. That's really annoying whenever survivors do that because that instantly stopped the chase. There's no way that feaster's catching back up to you at this point. And I think this feaster realizes that and he's going to move on to another target here. And now we're going to be chasing the coordinator. So the coordinator is a really good kiter. At this point, you don't have to get every hit as a tentacle hit. You can also, you can do a regular attack as well. And I think you should have done that before, personally. Oh, and you're ready there. You're gonna lasso into hospital. Oh my goodness. This is just like the last review you sent me. You just kept spamming the lasso into the hospital, and it was really OP. So you're doing a really great job so far as the cowboy. And you got 2 cowboys on this team, so even if one does manage to lose a lasso, okay, that tentacle should have been placed on the other side of that pallet there. That was probably a mistake. I mean, the feaster's not doing anything wrong per se here. It's just that using your ability like that into hospital, and there's no way for him to chase back. it's really tough to counter as a hunter, which is why I was recommending that when you have teams like this, you really need to play a Bloody Queen or Violinist. Those are really the two main hunters I would recommend to play when you're against a team comp like this. Otherwise, you just kind of cry, you know? There's not a whole lot you can do otherwise. See, this is just kind of proving that. I mean, he's trying to reach out there with his tentacles, but... Okay, you force the hunter to trump card to blink. Wow, that's impressive. I mean, I see why the hunter did that. I think that's totally reasonable, but I mean... Okay, so now the hunter's picking him up. Beautiful lasso that is very long range on that lasso. Wow. You did a very, very nice lasso there into the hospital again, so now the Feaster's going to have a tough time catching back up. The double cowboy team does seem to be working for you all. The only problem with a team comp like this is that if you get nice and comfy using this, you can't use it in Legendary because you can't use duplicate characters in Legendary. So just keep in mind out for that. But if you get more than one very good cowboy on a team, that hunter's not going to be able to get any downs without getting you both out at the same time. Okay, so the Feaster's going to take down the mechanic bot, so he's going to be able to get the ping and know where the mechanic is at. But the mechanic is long gone at this point, so it's going to be tough for him to catch back up. Your tinnitus is going off. Look around. If I was this Feaster, I would probably be panning out more in the open areas, trying to find all the survivors. At that point, it was late in the game. I still don't know if I would have used my flare gun just yet, though. I probably would have waited until detention kicked off. That was, again, beautiful lasso. This is very good gameplay. Wait, that's it? Well, I guess the hunter surrendered there. So you all did a very nice job harassing the hunter using the lassos to your advantage. I would just general recommendations in the first match. Against top hunters, I'm not quite certain that would work to have 3 people harassing at the same time. I just think it would be better if like one of you decided to decode instead, but that's overall my personal preference thing. I find that to be more annoying as a hunter. And for the second match, I don't really have many corrections there. You all did a beautiful job harassing the hunter, and it was really entertaining to watch. Thanks for sending in the gameplay. Just one last remark for the hunters. I would recommend that the characters you choose, you both played very well if you're watching this, but I would recommend that you either learn how to play a Bloody Queen, Violinist, or even Gamekeeper. Just learn one hunter that has some sort of ranged attack so you're able to deal with harassment like these players were doing more effectively. Those would be my corrections, but thank you for sending in the gameplay again. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that video, and if you want a video like this in the future featuring your gameplay, directions are in the description below on how to do so. Thanks for watching.